Before you turn off the video, let me tell you something. I used to have this problem where I'd spend all Saturday cleaning. I mean really cleaning, dusting the baseboards, vacuuming, wiping counters, and by Sunday, the house still felt full. It felt messy, even though it wasn't dirty. It was just this heavy feeling like the walls were closing in, and I couldn't understand why all my hard work wasn't paying off. It took me a long time to figure it out, and I'm going to share it with you today. And stick with me, because the last few tips are the ones that really change how your home feels. Here's the secret. The problem isn't dirt, it's expired stuff. I'm not just talking about food in the pantry, I'm talking about all those things in our homes that were useful once, or trendy once, or maybe we thought they'd be useful, and now, well, now they're just visual clutter. They're the things making our homes feel dated and heavy. Today we are going to give ourselves permission, guilt-free permission, to let them go. We're going to start in the heart of the home, the kitchen. It's where so much of this stuff loves to hide. As we get started, I'd love to know, where are you watching from? Drop me a comment. I just love seeing where everyone is. And if you enjoy this kind of practical, neighborly chat about homemaking, I'd be so thrilled if you click that like button. It just lets me know I'm on the right track. All right, let's head into what I call the someday kitchen. This is all the stuff we're saving for a special occasion that, let's be honest, just never seems to arrive. First up, the big one, the good china and that heavy box of silverware. You know the set, the one you got as a wedding gift or inherited, and it's sitting in a cabinet or a buffet, taking up prime real estate. We save it for, well, who knows? Guests who never arrive. Here's the new rule, and trust me on this, it's liberating. Either you commit to using it or you lose it. I mean it. Use the fancy plates for a pizza night this Friday. Use the good silverware for scrambled eggs tomorrow. If you can't bring yourself to do that, if you don't actually love it, then it's just a dust collector. Your home should be for the life you're living right now, not for a fantasy dinner party. Let someone else enjoy it who will actually use it. And right next to that china is probably the giant boat-sized turkey platter and the matching punch bowl. Be truly honest with yourself. When was the last time you hosted a party that required a punch bowl? Or needed a platter that could hold a 30-pound turkey? These things are so bulky and just impossible to store. My advice? Keep one, just one, versatile, large white platter. It works for everything. The rest? They are just space hogs. It's time to reclaim that cabinet. This goes for all that unused crystal too. The heavy cut glass bowls, the tiny glasses, the candy dishes. For a long time, that was a real status symbol. But today, it can look a little fussy, and it's just one more thing to dust. If you don't actively love it and use it, it's just making your shelves look dated. It's okay for our style to change. Last one in this cabinet, the tiny, delicate teacups and their little saucers. I know they came with the dish set, but think about it. When you want a hot drink, what do you grab? You grab a mug, of course, a big, comfortable mug. You don't need to keep a full set of 12 little cups that nobody ever uses. Keep one or two if they bring you joy, maybe to hold a little flour, but you can free up an entire shelf by letting the rest go. Tip section, the one-hit wonder kitchen. Now, speaking of cabinets, let's look in a different one. This is the one that's full of good intentions, but, well, let's call it the one-hit wonder kitchen. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The mini chopper, the avocado slicer, the special egg cooker, that countertop grill that's a nightmare to clean. These are the one-hit wonders. We keep them out of guilt, don't we? They either cost good money or someone gave them to us, and they promise to make our lives easier. But here's the practical test, and you have to be firm. If you have not used it in the last 6 months, it's clutter. If a good knife or a simple frying pan can do the same job, it's clutter. They are just obstacles you have to dig around to get to the pan you actually use every day. Let that guilt go. You have my permission. While you're in that drawer, let's talk about the novelty molds. The fish-shaped ice cube trays, the bunny-shaped Jell-O mold, the sandwich cutters you bought when the grandkids were little. Let's be honest, the idea of using these is always more fun than the reality of trying to scrub them clean. If that phase of your life is over, it's okay. Let the drawer clutter go. You're not throwing away the memory, you're just getting rid of a piece of plastic. That whole drawer is really just a drawer of failed Pinterest projects, if we're honest. It feels so good to clear it out. Tip section, the paper graveyard. Okay, we've tackled some tough stuff, but here's the part most people miss, and it might be the easiest win you'll have all day. It's the paper graveyard. First, that drawer of paper takeout menus. This is a 2-second fix. You use your phone or your computer to order food. Every single one of those menus is outdated, probably sticky, and it's just junk. Right into the recycling bin. Go on, do it now. Same goes for that giant phone book or the yellow pages they still leave on the porch. It's a giant paper brick. It is not sentimental. It is not useful. Recycle it. And the file or drawer stuffed with instruction manuals for the toaster, the blender, the television you replaced 3 years ago. You will never dig through that drawer to find the manual. You know what you'll do? You'll Google it. Every single manual is a PDF online. This is 100% recyclable clutter. Get that space back. How about old paper maps? Those big, clumsy ones from the gas station. I know, they can feel a bit nostalgic, but they are completely non-functional. Your phone has GPS, it has live traffic, it reroutes you. And besides, you can never fold them back right anyway. Let them go. That stack of old magazines or newspapers on the side table, the ones you swear you're going to read later. You're not. It's okay. By the time you get to it, the news is old and the trends have changed. It's just visual noise and it's collecting so much dust. If you wanted the article, you would have read it. Give yourself the gift of a clear table. What about that little bowl of random business cards? The one you toss them into after a meeting or from the plumber who came 5 years ago. If that contact was truly important, you would have saved it in your phone already. That pile is just a to-do list you'll never do. It's just another form of clutter. Oh, and this is a big one for me. Old cookie tins and popcorn tins. We keep them thinking, oh, this is good storage. But let's be honest, they aren't airtight, they get rusty, and they just make your shelves look messy and jumbled. You're saving decorated packaging, it's okay to recycle it. Tip section, the tech graveyard. Whew, doesn't that feel better? But this next one saves more time and frustration than all the others combined. Let's go tackle the tech graveyard. All right, you know the one. We all have it. The drawer or the box or the bag. Just a tangled, angry mess of mystery cords, chargers, cables, adapters, for devices you probably don't even own anymore. A phone from 2010, a digital camera from 2005. We're afraid to throw them out thinking, what if I need this? Here is the rule, and you must be strong. If you cannot immediately, right now, identify what it charges, you will never use it. You'll just go buy a new one from the store when you need it because it's easier than digging through this tech graveyard. Keep your current, in-use chargers. Take the rest to an e-recycling center. This is one of the most satisfying things you can ever declutter. This goes for the bigger stuff too. The old laptops in the closet, the first-generation digital cameras, the old fuzzy speakers, that old VCR. Tech ages so fast. We hold on to them because they were expensive. We think of them as backups. But they're not backups, they're e-waste. If it's been replaced by a new one, or if it hasn't been powered on in over a year, its time in your home is done. Find a local e-recycling place. It's heavy, guilty clutter you can finally get rid of. And tucked in that same box, an old landline phone, the curly cord, the big buttons. Even if you found a place to plug it in, why would you? This is pure attic clutter. It's time. Look at these spindles of blank CDs or DVDs, or even the ones you burned years ago. Your new laptop probably doesn't even have a drive for these. They're just shiny coasters at this point. Let the spindles go. And the final piece of tech, the old calculator in the junk drawer. Your phone has one. Your computer has one. The battery in that drawer calculator is probably corroded and dead anyway. It's an easy toss. Tip section: aspirational and guilt clutter. Okay, we've handled the practical stuff. Now we have to talk about the harder things, the items that are tied up with feelings. This is the aspirational and guilt clutter. This one is what I call aspirational clutter. It's that beautiful box of stationery or all those blank card sets you bought, thinking you'd become the kind of person who sends lovely, handwritten notes for every occasion. And maybe you did for a while. But if you haven't sent one in 3 years, if that box is just sitting there dusty, making you feel a little guilty every time you see it, You're not that person right now, and that is perfectly okay. Keep a small handful of all-occasion cards for emergencies. Let the rest of that dusty, guilt-inducing box go. You're letting go of the obligation, not the good intention. This is the hardest one, the guilt clutter. These are the handmade crafts and DIY projects. Maybe you made them, or maybe, and this is often harder, someone made them for you. And let's just be honest. Maybe it's just not your style, or it's faded, or it's just plain ugly. We keep it because someone put so much effort in, or it was a gift. But here's the thing. The value was in the act of making or the act of receiving. The love was in the giving. The object itself is just a thing. It's okay to thank the object for its service, for the memory it represents, and then let it go. You are not throwing away the person. You are not erasing the memory. You are just reclaiming your space. This is a really tough one for so many of us. I'd love to know, is this something you struggle with, that guilt clutter from gifts? Let me know in the comments. This is a bit like the stationery. It's the stack of unused cookbooks and that old wooden recipe box. You know, the one full of handwritten cards from people you don't even remember. You probably use 3-5 recipes from that entire stack, and the rest, you just look up online. Here's the fix. Go through them one last time. Pull out the few recipes you actually make. You can snap a photo of them with your phone and put them in a digital folder, or just copy them onto 1 or 2 new cards. Then, donate the heavy books and let go of the box. You're keeping the food, not the clutter. Tip section, the just-in-case closet. Just letting go of that guilt can make your whole house feel lighter. But what about the stuff you're keeping just in case? Let's head to the closet. And by the way, if these tips are clicking for you, if you're getting some ideas, I post new videos just like this every single week. Taking a half second to click that subscribe button means you'll never miss one. All right, let's tackle that just-in-case closet. We are starting with the shoes, specifically the painful high heels. These are for your fantasy self. The self that goes to galas, walks gracefully on cobblestones, and never gets blisters. Your real self hates them. Your real self wears them for 20 minutes, feels miserable, and ends up carrying them home. Stop letting shoes bully you. If you haven't worn them in a year, or if you actively dread the idea of putting them on, let them go. Someone else will love them. Your feet will thank you. Right next to those shoes is probably a drawer full of old pantyhose, those little plastic eggs or cardboard sleeves. Unless you have a very formal dress code for work, you probably don't wear these anymore. It's just not how we dress. Keep one good new pair for just in case, for a funeral or a formal wedding. But you do not need 20 snagged, ill-fitting pairs in a shade you haven't worn since 1995. This is easy freeing clutter, and that leads to the trendy clothes, that specific style, the shoulder pads, the ultra-low-rise jeans, that one top everyone had. It was a moment, and the moment has passed. It's not coming back in the same way, and even if it did, would you want to wear it? Your closet should be for you, the person you are right now, not a museum of who you were 20 years ago. Let it go. Tip section, the final sweep. We're in the home stretch now. We've done the kitchen, the office, the closet. Now it's time for the final sweep, the miscellaneous things all over the house that just add to that feeling of fullness. Let's talk about the framed photos, a few great photos of family and happy memories. That's warm, that's wonderful. But he has 50 of them on every single surface? On the piano, the mantle, every end table, it's just visual clutter. It gets so crowded that you can't actually see or appreciate any of them. And let's be honest, some of those frames are probably looking a little dated themselves. Here's the fix. Curate. Be an editor. Pick your top 3 to 5 absolute favorites for any one surface. Store the rest in a nice photo box and you can rotate them out every year. Or even better, get a digital frame. It's a wonderful way to see all your pictures without cluttering up the entire house. And right next to those photos are the dusty souvenirs and trinkets, the little shot glass from a trip, the world's best something or other. A souvenir's job is to remind you of a wonderful trip, right when you buy it. Its job is not to live on your shelf collecting dust for the rest of eternity. If it doesn't spark active, real joy when you look at it, its purpose is complete. You have the memory. You don't need the dust catcher. How about your gift wrap stash? Is it a neat, organized station? Or is it a tangle of wrinkled paper, torn gift bags you saved, and ribbons that look like a cat played with them? If you avoid using it, if you just go out and buy a new bag anyway because it's easier, then your stash is not a resource, it's trash. Keep only the 2 or 3 good rolls and a few nice bags. Recycle the rest. This one seems ironic, but it's the library of cleaning supplies. We get tricked by marketing into thinking we need a different spray for glass, and one for wood, and one for stainless steel, and another for granite, and one for the stovetop. This is marketing-driven clutter. You don't need all of that. It's overwhelming. The fix is to simplify. Trust me on this, you just need a good all-purpose cleaner, a good glass cleaner, and maybe one specialty item, like a good grease cutter for the stove. That's it. This saves you space under the sink, it saves you money, and it saves you mental energy when it's time to clean. And for our last item, we're back in the kitchen, but this one is so important. Go to your spice rack right now. I want you to look at the dates. That jar of paprika from 2017, that cream of tartar you bought for one recipe in 2015, they aren't flavor anymore. They are just colored dust. Spices lose their potency, their smell, their entire reason for being. Do a quick check. If it's over 2 or 3 years old, or it has absolutely no smell when you open it, toss it. Your food will taste so much better. Summary, and that's it, we've done it. Doesn't it feel lighter already just thinking about letting all that go? Your home is for you right now. It's not a museum for items that have expired. It's not a storage unit for your fantasy self or a shrine to guilt. It's your space, and it deserves to feel calm and clear. Now please don't feel overwhelmed. Don't try to do all of this in one day. Just start with one. Pick the easiest category we talked about. Like those paper takeout menus, that's a 5-minute win. Just feel that immediate satisfaction of clearing a space. It really does build momentum. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. It feels good to get this stuff sorted out together. Now that we've cleared out the obvious expired stuff, what about the harder stuff? In my next video, we're going to tackle the clothes that do fit, but you just never ever wear. That's a tricky one. Until then, take good care of yourself.